You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodgers for Black and White Sports 2. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers getting a lot of play all of a sudden. All of a sudden, he's coming out getting a lot of play. Of course, he went on with Pat McAfee yesterday. Made an interesting comment about his contract. He knows he's due $60 million, and he's very much under the assumption that that's going to get shuffled or molded or worked around into something. Okay? You can tell he's very aware $60 million for 1 year is probably not very realistic. At least, even if he stays with the Packers, he knows that's going to hamstring the organization quite a bit. So I'll give him some credit there. Also, we just found out that he already has a relationship with Zach Wilson. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. There's starting to be some thought processes in New York that maybe Aaron could come in and mentor Zach Wilson for a couple of years. Think about that. And Zach could learn to play quarterback from Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron likes him. Okay, so I think that's kind of a big deal because sometimes I wonder if Aaron Rodgers likes anybody. Guys, this is starting to become a thing. Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti on WFAN out of New York this morning opened the show with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Starting to get a lot of steam. The Packers have come out and said, this is a tweet right here. The Packers have come out and said they will not trade Aaron Rodgers inside the NFC. They will explore the idea of trading the QB exclusively to the AFC. So that will rule out the Dallas Cowboys, who Skip Bayless is banging the drum for. I just did that video over on the Newsbreak app. Go subscribe. Black and White Sports is on the Newsbreak app. That's right. Let's get to this. Peter King believes Woody Johnson would, quote, happily spend 2 first-round picks on Aaron Rodgers, which probably means he's talked to Woody Johnson, who said, I would happily give up 2 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers. Don't forget, Brett Favre was once traded to the Jets. Yeah, this is eerily similar to what happened with Brett. The New York Jets, this is Yahoo Sports, New York Jets will be going after a veteran quarterback this offseason and know they'll have to spend some money to land such a quarterback. Jets owner Woody Johnson has already said he is open to general manager Joe Douglas going out and spending whatever it would take to upgrade at the position. The speculation is already running rampant that the Jets are going to be after Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers via trade. With that scenario, not only would the Jets be spending big money on a quarterback, but they would also be spending big on draft capital. In his Football Morning in America column this week, Peter King of NBC Sports believes the Packers would want at least 2 first-round picks in a trade for Rodgers. Quote, the Woody Johnson Jets, desperate for a star quarterback, almost since Broadway Joe's days, would happily pay that freight, I'd guess. That's code word for I probably have already talked to Woody Johnson or Joe Douglas, and we know they would happily foot the bill. Should the Jets happen to land Rodgers, he would be owed almost $60 million in 2023. However, as Over the Cap points out, a team could take $58.3 million of the $59.465 million and turn it into an option bonus and spread it out over 4 years while paying a base salary of $1.165 million. They can also do the same thing in 2024 with a base of $2.25 million. Okay. As a reminder, Zach Wilson is set to count almost 9.6 against the cap in 2023, so there's a chance Jets could have Rodgers and for just over $6 million more against the cap, than Wilson. And this is what Shefty said, too. Let me scroll down. I had it paused here. There you go.
Ability to land other players. Again, not ideal, but keep this in mind, too. We saw Brett Favre traded when he was 38, turned 39 that season. Aaron Rodgers is 39. It doesn't go on for everybody. And yes, one of these scenarios that the Green Bay Packers are expected to explore this offseason is the idea that they could have to part ways with Aaron Rodgers in the form of a trade. Doesn't mean it will happen, but if he wants that and they're on the same page, then it's certainly realistic, and there's the possibility that could unfold this offseason.
And he is certainly on the Pat McAfee show acting like a trade. He's kind of come to grips with the idea he may not play in Green Bay next year. Now, he could still retire. He could still come back. But even Aaron Rodgers acknowledged they had Jordan Love. They drafted Jordan Love. And then he dropped 2 MVPs on their ass back-to-back. And, of course, they could not get rid of Rodgers like that, right? But he said, I had sort of a down year, and now what will happen? Now, you may be wondering, well, what about the weapons on the Jets? Number one, the Jets have a really damn good defense. A damn good defense. And the Jets do have some wide receiver talent. Garrett Wilson is a badass. He's an absolute monster out there. Corey Davis is on that team at wide receiver. So the Jets have offensive weapons, okay? I guess Braxton Berrios is probably still on that team. I think he got hurt or something. But there's offensive weapons on the Jets team, without a doubt. He's already got a relationship with Zach Wilson, so if they wanted to keep Zach, come in, let Zach set for 2 years, and I got to be real, Zach needs to set 2 years, okay? When Jordan Love came in, he couldn't play a lick. Now there's a sentiment that maybe he's ready to start. That shocks me, but you get the point. Maybe they're thinking in that weaker division that he could start. But also keep in mind, Derek Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo are going to be available, and Green Bay loves Jimmy. All right, so I'm just putting that out there too. I mean, think about it. Jordan Love signed Jimmy at $15 million a year, a bargain. And then Green Bay in that division can absolutely compete with Jimmy Garoppolo versus Kirk Cousins and Jared Goff and Justin Fields. You get the point. Could I see this happening? Yes, but something we keep talking about, and I still think this is where Tom Brady ends up, the Raiders. I just think it makes too much sense. They got a ton of weapons. Waller, Renfro, Devontae Adams, Josh McDaniels, right? Obvious combination with Brady. But nobody has brought up Rodgers to the Raiders, okay? So I'm bringing that up now. I'm bringing that up so that can get out there. Rodgers, and think about it, Devontae Adams is already on the Raiders. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, the guy that he said is the best player he's ever played with, is already there, and it's an offensive-minded head coach. He's got all the weapons in the world, Rodgers. He's younger than Brady. And, just like Brady, Rodgers is a West Coast guy. So I'm just bringing that up. I'm just throwing that out there. Aaron Rodgers and the Raiders makes a lot of sense. A lot. Warm weather. And my God, that division, when they start putting TV games together, my God. Mahomes, Rodgers, Mahomes, Herbert. I mean, my God. Sean Payton, Russell Wilson versus Rodgers. Whew, man. That would be something. It would be something in the AFC East, too. It would. Rodgers to the Jets, that's must-see TV. It really is. I'm starting to believe Rodgers is going to get traded more likely than not get traded. So, there you have it. The Jets, Woody Johnson willing to spend, and Rodgers yesterday saying on Pat McAfee show, he's really coming to grips with the idea that he might not be there, I think. I truly got that from Rodgers. And there's already ways. He said he brought up his contract and just sort of the idea that he knows something's going to have to be done around it. It seems like this has been a conversation, obviously, behind the scenes. Tell me what you think. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. Percentage? 50-50. How about that? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.